You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 9 on X49.
Started off with the most spectacular electrical storm I've ever seen.
Severe storms may have woken you up in the middle of the night, and they left a trail of damage throughout central Illinois. Good evening, I'm Jessica Coons. The hardest hit area was Leroy. WCIA 3 meteorologist Jacob Dickey went there today and saw damage to several homes. He spoke with the people affected.
As we drove into Leroy, we could see a swath of damage to trees and outbuildings along I-74. Then we spotted damage to several homes like this one, where the roofs were partially ripped off, especially in Bircham Estates. Neighbors there, they said they'd never seen a storm like it before.
You could see water coming out of my light fixtures. You could see water coming out of the bedroom ceiling. And then that's when we really realized we've got a problem. And then we came out with flashlights and noticed that half of the roof was gone.
Across town, an electric pole fell into a mobile home, crushing one end of the structure. Trees were damaged across the southern part of Leroy, and another mobile home had a tree crash through the living room. Inside that home was a family sheltering from the storm. They are thankful to walk away unhurt.
The house was shaking, and I ran back, and I couldn't find my phone. There was electricity was out. I have a 2-year-old daughter, and I went back to her room, and the room's not really built with anything much, and so everything was really just shaking. And then I came back out, and there was a big old branch all the way through my living room.
As the storm barreled southeast, emergency management reported golf ball to tennis ball size hail in the Mahomet area, causing damage to trees, windows, and vehicles. For one homeowner, it was more hail than he had ever seen before.
Heavy winds, 50, 60 miles an hour, a lot of hail. Got to the point where hail was just covering everything where it looked like it was snow, probably quarter-size hail. It lasted a good 30, 45 minutes. A lot of thunder, the good kind that kind of rattles the windows and stuff. Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
The storms also had prolific lightning and constant thunder thanks to tremendous instability for that time of night. In the studio, I'm meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
The National Weather Service will determine whether Leroy's damage was caused by a tornado or straight-line winds. Now, another area hit hard was Jacksonville. Scattered branches and uprooted trees littered the town today. The storm also left some there without power. Crews were out cleaning up the damage once the sun came up.
We just want to make sure people are safe and being careful out there when they're cleaning up their property. Contact their insurance providers and things such as that, and make sure they take their time and get things cleaned up in a safe and manner.
City officials say it could take weeks, even months, to clear the damage. No one was hurt. To learn more about the damage across our area, you can go to WCIA.com. State police are investigating an officer-involved shooting. It happened over the weekend in Atwood near North Missouri and West Orchard Streets. Police say they got a call about a domestic disturbance early Saturday morning. They say the officer involved approached a man with a gun. Officials say that man did not listen to the officer's orders, and that's when the officer fired. No one was hit. A shooting at a park in Springfield left one person hurt. That happened this afternoon at Enos Park, just north of the downtown area. Witnesses reported hearing shots at the park, and then they say they saw a group of people running from the scene. Clarendon Elementary School was put on soft lockdown because of the shooting. A district spokesperson said, quote, "The safety of our students and staff is our highest priority, and we monitor the perimeter of our school and grounds to ensure a safe environment each and every day." That lockdown was lifted shortly after police cleared the scene. Governor Pritzker picked up another endorsement today. The Laborers International Union of North America joined him at a news conference for the announcement. Members work in construction and the energy sector. The group said they endorsed the governor because of his support for unions. U of I's College of Engineering is saying goodbye to the renowned Nick Holonyak. The 93-year-old died yesterday. He was a U of I graduate, professor, and is credited with creating the first visible LED device. His 1962 discovery is still being used today in modern lights. His colleagues say his impact is more than his discoveries. They say it was his passion for his craft that will continue to inspire those who knew him. One professor says even in his last days, Holonyak continued to work on manuscripts.
As time goes on, the world begins to forget where those things came from. And I think it's important for all of us to realize where these technologies originated. and to keep people like Nick at the forefront and the example they set for all of us.
In 2019, the U of I recognized Holonyak by naming the Micro and Nanotechnology Building after him. Well, Central Illinois isn't the only place that has seen severe weather. Where else has been affected by heavy rain and storms? And it was the last farewell to UK's longest reigning monarch. We'll take you there. All right, Kevin, you've been now at the station for how many hours?
Well, I did get to him for a few.
A few.
A few.
Did you sleep, though?
Didn't sleep a whole lot.
He's doing really well for no sleep.
I got,
he's not cranky yet.
I'm not going to lie. I got a nice McDonald's sweet tea that's just loaded with sugar.
Yes.
And, little.
Tune in, though, at 10. That crash might happen.
Crash is coming. Boom. 86 today, the high, and it's going to get even warmer tomorrow. Lots of humidity as well. We'll talk about all of that when we come back.
Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Looking for one of our most capable Ford SUVs? Okay, great. We've got you covered. Spacious interiors, innovative tech, good looks, and a legendary off-road experience. Check out our inventory today, or let us help you place a custom order. Getting into the perfect Ford SUV? Well, it's easier than ever. Yeah, we've got you covered. Now choose FlexBuy on a 2022 Ford Escape, Edge, or Explorer and get 0% financing for 66 months.
Do you know what the most important four-letter word in senior care is? It's SAFE. At Carriage Crossing, our highest priority is to provide a safe community where you can have peace of mind knowing your loved one is being cared for and their needs are being met. We are your senior advocates. Let us help you find the safety and the services that you need. Schedule a tour at any of our locations throughout Central Illinois today at carriagecrossingsl.com.
Hardee's Reindeer Ranch, a fun-filled fall destination. Challenge our 10-acre corn maze by day or night. Take a hayride around our beautiful farm. Enjoy a cup of hot cider and a caramel apple in our country gift shop full of unique treasures. And don't forget to visit Comet, Blitzen, and all the other reindeer. See you at Hardee's Reindeer Ranch.
The question is, who's going to benefit by these two deaths?
He was finally caught.
Dateline. Weekdays at 8 on X49.
Watch Capital Connection, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on WCIA3.
You've pulled overtime and worked weekends. She's cared and looked after you. Life is good. She always has your back. The holidays are a perfect time to say and show your love with diamonds. MJ Reed Jewelers, Old Farm Shops, Champaign. Spirit Glass Memorials, a beautiful way to celebrate a lost loved one. Artistry and imagination merge, creating a one-of-a-kind memorial, fusing creativity and spirit into a lovingly designed work of art. Eternal love memorialized. Spirit Glass Memorials from Prairie Fire Glass.
New Astapro Allergy. No allergy spray is faster. With the speed of Astapro, almost nothing can slow you down. Because Astapro starts working in 30 minutes, while other allergy sprays take hours. And Astapro is the first and only 24-hour steroid-free allergy spray. Now without a prescription. Astapro and go.
Now Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Kevin Lighty.
All right, let's take a look here. So last night, obviously, we got a lot of rain, okay? That rain just came barreling in here, and what we can do is we can flip on a little bit of a accumulation here, and you can see 2.8 inches of rain that fell over Champaign, and there were a couple different areas there of heavy rainfall. You have the one here in Springfield down to Effingham, then the other one there from Bloomington back down into the Champaign area, and those are the two swaths of just really heavy rainfall as those storms. That's what it looked like on the radar last night as they dove to the south and east. Now they're gone, and we're looking good here through tonight. It's still just really warm and kind of muggy out there, especially out here in Springfield, Taylorville, Jacksonville. You guys are in the mid-70s here. Feels a little better up in Wcix at 65, but these dew points are up into those 70s. That muggy tropical atmosphere is still firmly locked in place, at least for another day or two. And then changes come our way. 65 those low and mid 60s for lows tonight, and then we will work our way up to the low 90s for highs tomorrow, with heat index values probably getting up to 95 to maybe 100 degrees throughout tomorrow afternoon. Winds will also pick up. I think a little breeze. You're going to feel that tomorrow, 15, 20 miles an hour. This is going to be just kind of whipping around a bunch of hot air, and then more winds there into Wednesday morning. As a front comes through, some gusts, 20, 25 miles an hour. But that front spells change for us, and also will bring us a little bit of rain as that front comes through on Wednesday. Not concerned about severe weather, but these temperatures are going to tumble. We're going to go from a high of 91 degrees for your Tuesday to a high into the 60s on Thursday and Friday. Feeling very fall-like, and the timing of it is right on the money. The first official day of fall is on Thursday. 3 days at 8:03 p.m. is when the fall equinox begins. 65 for tonight, mostly clear and obviously not as cool. 91 tomorrow, a hot and humid day. And a look at your 7-day forecast, you will see lots of nice weather coming our way after the heat of tomorrow and Wednesday. Those temperatures coming back down. There's even a 48-degree low that is showing up there as we head into early on Friday. But a much calmer night setting up. We have dried out.
We have dried out. There's a video that Kevin posted to Twitter of the newsroom right now. It's very loud in there.
Yeah, they're drying out the newsroom, and obviously, if you've ever had water in your home and some of the restoration companies come, they bring a lot of fans to dry your home out, and there's like 12 of them in the newsroom.
It's a little chilly in there.
A little chilly.
A little chilly.
A little loud, but the news is still happening.
The news is happening. Carpets are drying out, and we are not walking through. I mean, I walked in at 1:30, 1:45 today, and you would have never known that this place was flooded.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
All right, Kevin, thanks. Summer is making the last stand tomorrow with those high temperatures, and because of that, the Danville Public Library will be closed until Wednesday morning. Their AC is out. Library officials say for the comfort of their patrons and staff, the building will be closed until that's repaired. We'll have a look at your national news next. Don't go away.
Looking to renew your floor for your home or business? Stouts Building Services has the tools, equipment, and expertise to tackle any size job. Stouts is the name you can trust, installing epoxy coatings in the Champaign area for over 25 years. Come visit our showroom and talk with an expert to find the right floor for you. We offer many different styles and colors, because not all floors are the same. Call Stouts today for all your interior epoxy needs.
At LLCU, we love football, and it's time to drive to the end zone. Come into LLCU, pick a football, and receive an auto loan rate discount anywhere from 0.15% to 1.00% off our already great low loan rates. Get pre-approved or refinance and save with rates as low as 2.30% APR. Promotion ends October 30th or while footballs last. So hurry in. Visit llcu.org for details. Land of Lincoln Credit Union. Bank on learning more. Rates and terms subject to credit. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Severe weather is the #1 cause of power outages in the U.S. But with a Generac automatic standby generator from Edelman, you don't have to worry when the power goes out. The generator kicks in automatically, restoring power to your home. We service existing generators of all makes and models and recommend your generator gets an annual maintenance to keep working well. Contact Edelman to schedule a free in-home consultation and learn more about our Confidence Club and maintenance agreements. Make things easy. Call Edelman.
Dry eye symptoms keep driving you crazy? Inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Time for ache and burn.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those will probably pass by me.
Xiidra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
Xiidra? No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xiidra is approved to treat the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. Don't use if you're allergic to Xiidra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation.
Got any room in your eye?
Ask your doctor if a 90-day prescription is right for you and pay as little as $0.
I prefer you didn't.
Xiidra. Not today, dry eye.
Let's go.
A look at true crime.
This was a horrific scene.
Through the lens of master storytellers.
You don't have a clue.
The true crime phenomenon.
You're in a race against time.
You just have to watch.
Now you know the whole story.
Dateline, weekdays at 8 on X49.
Live from WCIX 49, this is your local news leader with Jessica Coons, meteorologist Kevin Leify, and Central Illinois' most accurate forecast. You're watching WCIA3 News at 9 on X49.
Hurricane Fiona slammed into Puerto Rico yesterday, unleashing drenching rains, triggering mudslides, and leaving the entire island without electricity. President Biden has declared a state of emergency there. The National Hurricane Center says the storm caused catastrophic flooding before it continued its course. In Alaska, floodwaters are starting to recede after the remnants of Typhoon Merbok battered the western side of the state. It was the worst storm there in a half-century, leaving destruction along 1,000 miles of coastline. While damage is widespread, there have been no reports of injuries or deaths. Well, thousands remembered the life of Queen Elizabeth II in London, why the send-off was so emotional for many of them.
Your Forecast First is sponsored by CIBM Bank.
I think what sets us apart is our people. And what I mean by that is the people who are providing all the services go above and beyond. It's more than a job. And I think you can feel that when you walk in the door, that there's something different about us, and it's the warmth and the atmosphere and the environment that good people create.
Teamwork. It's not like a job here. It really isn't. I think they come in and they really feel like they're working with family and they're taking care of family.
It's our people. From the minute that they are welcomed at the door, they are met with happy individuals. And certainly when I'm walking around the community with them, they tell me how happy our team is. And I think that's another thing that sets Evergreen Place apart. I have never worked in a place to where everybody seems to have the same commitment to provide the best care, to provide the best of everything that we do.
In this job, you take your eye off it for 1 second. People can die.
Go now!
Don't think, just do it.
We're gonna get her out. Here we go. Hey, slow breath.
I'm a firefighter, and I will always be a firefighter. Did a great thing today. It's all because of you.
Chicago Fire, weeknights at 11 on X49.
The word is spreading. You're supporting victory over violence.
From your donations, we've awarded 11 solution grants, money going right back into our community to make a difference.
Our year-long commitment doesn't stop there. We're responding to your tough questions with the local town hall events.
Devoting airtime to support our community partners with messages of hope and inspiration.
Together, we can bring peace to Central Illinois and declare victory over violence.
To learn more, go to WCIA.com.
Local athletes give their all every day. Brett Behrens and the WCIA3 sports team spotlight the best local sports from the OSF Sports Desk. Teams strive for the win, and WCIA3 Sports highlight it. Sponsored by OSF Children's Hospital of Illinois. The news continues here on WCIA3, your local news leader.
The United Kingdom and the world are saying a final farewell to a monarch and an icon. Thousands attended the state funeral at Westminster Abbey for Queen Elizabeth II, where they mourned the loss but also celebrated her 70-year reign. Ian Lee reports from London.
The coffin of Queen Elizabeth left Westminster Abbey for a funeral procession through the streets of London, her son, King Charles, walking behind with the royal family. The pageantry followed a state funeral that drew dignitaries from around the world.
We come to this house of God, here, where Queen Elizabeth was married and crowned, to mourn our loss, to remember her long life of selfless service.
On her coffin, a handwritten note from the king that said, "In loving and devoted memory." 2 minutes of silence punctuated a service of the highest order that ended with the now revised national anthem, "God Save the King." This is the first funeral for a reigning monarch to be held at Westminster Abbey since King George II in 1760. 9-year-old Prince George, second in line to the throne, and his younger sister, Princess Charlotte, attended the service with their parents. Across the UK, crowds flocked to parks to watch on big screens. Some stood in tribute. Others wiped away tears.
It's a very good send-off. The Queen means so much to me.
Quite emotional because she's been, you know, our Queen for a lot of years. We're never going to see another real Queen.
The hearse drove the Queen's coffin to Windsor Castle for another service before her private burial at St. George's Chapel next to her late husband, Prince Philip. Ian Lee, CBS News, London.
The crown Queen Elizabeth wore that adorned her coffin will now be resized and will be worn by King Charles after his coronation. It was an auction full of the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Just how much did her wooden gavel and block sell for? Plus, more than 20,000 pounds of frozen beef has been recalled, with the brand left off the label.
Watch Capital Connection, Sunday mornings at 10:30 on WCIA 3.
Do you know what the most important four-letter word in senior care is? It's SAFE. At Carriage Crossing, our highest priority is to provide a safe community where you can have peace of mind knowing your loved one is being cared for and their needs are being met. We are your senior advocates. Let us help you find the safety and the services that you need. Schedule a tour at any of our locations throughout Central Illinois today at carriagecrossingsl.com.
A home is a unique place filled with special memories, from kids playing and growing up to growing old with your loved one. At SK Exteriors, we make it our goal to keep that special place in tip-top shape, from fencing and roofing to windows and doors and everything in between. We are SK Exteriors, installers of quality.
I'm Dr. Paul Tufan, and I'm here to tell you about our newest clinic in Forsyth, Illinois, Central Illinois Urgent Care. We're open 7 days a week with extended hours. You never need an appointment, and we host an on-site laboratory and digital x-ray. Plus, we carry many common prescription medications. Whether you're in Effingham, Taylorville, Litchfield, or Forsyth, you can save time and money. Come see us at one of our fast and friendly locations today.
Do you want free cash? Do you have 5 minutes? MJ Reed Jewelers pays cash for your gold, silver, dental, coins, gems, and diamonds. Stop in and see how much your old jewelry is worth. It's the easiest way to get extra spending money. MJ Reed Jewelers, Old Farm Shops, Champaign.
I've said I'm sorry 5 times now.
Who's live anyway?
Put on some clothes if you're going to act that way.
The hilarious improv comedy you know and love, live, where they make it up.
Sounds like you've been to Fantasyland more than once.
As
tacos, something about tacos.
They
That ought to show them.
Go.
Well, you'll be wearing a helmet tonight.
Saturday, October 15th, UIS Performing Arts Center. Tickets are on sale now at uispac.com and the UIS ticket office. Presented by Nightlight.
It's time for the Fever. High school football insight from one-on-one conversations with the Spotlight Game coaches. Friday, Football Fever Spotlight Game coaches. Friday night at 6 on WCIA 3. Sponsored by Walker Tire.
There's no aspect of this job that I haven't done. There is a huge advantage in that. What matters is how what you say and what you ask and what you demand resonates. That's what's mattered. It wound up becoming really clear to me that not only am I not going to walk away, but I'm going to walk right back into it with a determination that I have never had before. This time I'm going to be on the insurgent side, to change the game, to be different. New perspective, new purpose, new network. That's News Nation.
This is WCIA 3 News, your local news leader.
President Biden told 60 Minutes he believes the U.S. can head off a recession by, quote, continuing to grow the economy. When asked about last week's report that annual consumer inflation stood at a 4-decade high of 8.3%, the president said inflation hasn't spiked in the last several months, while energy prices have declined. Biden said he does not think the economy is going to get worse before it gets better. The Agriculture Department has announced a Texas-based frozen food storage and repackaging facility is recalling more than 22,000 pounds of frozen beef products. USDA says the products packaged under the Healthy Choice brand are labeled as Korean-style beef, but they contain a chicken sausage and pepper product, which includes milk, and milk is not declared on the label. Those items were shipped to stores nationwide. And fans of Ruth Bader Ginsburg snapped up a long list of memorabilia and personal belongings of the late Supreme Court Justice in an online auction. Collar necklace featuring round glass beads sold for nearly $176,000. This wooden gavel and block sold for over $20,000. Overall, more than $500,000 was raised to benefit SOS Children's Villages, which supports vulnerable children around the world. We'll have a final check of your forecast after this.